Good morning, you beautiful bastards! Now, that's copying someone else's intro. Right, on a serious point, RC models for 2019. We are set to have a Corking. Corking 2019. If the past couple of weeks are anything to go by. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me quickly bring you up to speed. Number one, we have the prototype of the Nano Drac. It's not flown yet, but it must be flown this week. And I am so looking forward to this one because it is the prototype before it goes off to get moulded, fingers crossed. And we should be seeing this in mass production, hopefully in the next couple of months. My fingers are crossed, my toes are crossed. And I know many of you are really looking forward to this model. And I just cannot wait to get it out and get it flown. In fact, I really need a flying day. Anyway, number one, we have a Nano Drac coming this year. Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm rather excited about that one. So we had that to start the year. Oh, we also have the Moose as well. So in the latter part of last year, you may have seen the video about, and I'll put a picture up on the screen, about the XUAV Clouds replacement, which is the, they called it the Mini Goose, and I've kindly politely called it the Moose instead. That one is going to get flown this year. I've just got to put the wiring looms in the wings and then laminate them, and then we're good to go. The fuselage is ready to go. A bit of electronics and we're fine. And I will be putting a Vector in that one, and I'm really looking forward to flying it. I know many people have already been and flown theirs, so that's going to be happy days, and there's no big surprises, etc, etc. Besides a few little niggles about that one, it's going to be a great model, and you can actually buy that one as well now, so that's happy days. So we not only have we got the Nano Drac, we've got the Moose as well. Now also, this is out as a prototype already, so this is why I've got my screen up here in the background. Now, this is the Ewings Firefly. Now, Ewan, if you are watching this, send it to me now. I'll take a prototype, okay? I'm really looking forward to this. So Arthur has been and taken this one out already, and this is a real model. It's by the guy which created the Vorti. So many of you remember the huge, great big Vorti. I've never known a model which sucks up the wind. It doesn't take any notice of the wind. Whereas the Mini Drac can get some wobble in it when it's in less than ideal flying conditions. The Vorti just plows on through. It's brilliant. Anyway, bring myself back onto topic. Why am I and why should you be interested in the Ewings Firefly when it does come out? And the reason for that is simple: the 5200 4S pack. That's what that model is designed to use. That is the de facto standard for most models nowadays. Can you fit a 5200 4S in it? Yes or no? And that's kind of it. Is it good or not? You know? Onto a serious point. That model was designed around that battery specifically, so that means tons and tons of flight time, and just how many gaps can you shoot with a 5200 4S in a little 1 meter wingspan model? Really, really looking forward to that. That's called the Firefly, and you'll see it just inside of there. There's a 5200 4S in there. And I am genuinely really looking forward to that. And in fact, there was actually a comment like, Matt, how could you get excited when you've got the Nano Drac in your hand and then there's this Firefly coming out? They're two very, very different models. The Nano Drac is going to be crazy fast, brilliant for... let's bring her back in. She is going to be absolutely brilliant for punching gaps and just having great fun with some speed thrown in. Okay, really looking forward to it from that point of view. Whereas the Firefly is that I'm not personally expecting it to be mental fast. What I'm looking for is some decent amount of flight time for chucking it around the sky and really just enjoying some FPV and trying to knock Craig, Andy and the rest of them out of the sky, if I'm brutally honest. And this one would probably take them down. Even if you smashed it in the ground, it would laugh, and then you just pick it up and throw it again because it's black EPP. It's kind of a bit of a joke. So that is the Ewings Firefly. Really looking forward to that one. So Ewan, like I said, if you're watching this, please send me one immediately. I'm more than happy to pay for it. And you've got my details. Just send me the PayPal invoice, sir. Right, getting into some bang good ones. Now, this one's turned up. It's a twin Hercules. Now, I've gone for the kit version. And the reason why I've gone for this is because it was so cheap. $46. Oh, and for absolute clarity, any of these models which you're about to see, I strongly recommend you do not buy. Okay, can I make that absolutely clear? Do not go and buy them because we don't know if they're great or crap. Okay, so I've bought these, of course, out of my own money, and all of these ones you're about to see are all on the way to me, except for the Ewings Firefly. Hint, hint, Ewan. Send it to me now. On serious point, the Banggood ones, hold off on them. They've all been sent. They'll be here with me in the next week or so. Okay, and then we can take a closer look at them and find out what they're like. Okay, so I've gone for the kit version of this one. Really looking forward to it. I've never owned anything kind of similar, and yeah, we'll see. Not really my kind of model. But if I smash it in the ground for $46, about 30 something quid, I really am not going to cry. I can already tell you point blank, I will be throwing the landing gear away. There's no point for me having landing gear for anywhere which I fly. It's just a complete waste of time. So I'll just remove that as dead weight. That said, I am a little bit hopeful over the size of the fuselage. There's no inner pictures on this one, but I am kind of hoping that the fuselage area could be quite big. Sensible size battery, and again it's a 1.1 meter, so it's a fair old size. What's that? We'll say roughly 40 inches or 35 inches. There we go, something like that. Wingspan. So it's got quite a decent size wingspan. How good it is in the air, no idea. What's it going to sound like? Absolutely fantastic. And the reason why it's going to sound absolutely fantastic because it's got twin motors. All twin motor models sound absolutely brilliant. Whether they're twin motors on the front or twin motors on the back, they do sound very, very cool. So we got that one on the way to us. No idea what it's going to be like. Next one up is I bought this. Now, I need to be honest with you. I bought this because I was watching Spectra 50 a couple of days ago, and they had a fun cub on it. And I looked up a fun cub, and they were over 100 quid. And then I had, what was it? The Tundra, which, let's be fair, is quite a well-made model. Although mine did turn up with a faulty servo in the tail, but let's not strike it for too much. But it was alright, but I think it's really expensive for what it is. It's 130, 140 quid, and it never really goes on sale for any decent value. So what my logic was that if this was half decent, which I do have big questions about, is that I was going to pick some big bumpy wheels on the bottom of it and turn it into a Tundra stroke Fun Cub model. I don't know whether that's going to become a reality, but the bit which really did attract me is because you've got a stake through the top with elastic bands on the top, so it does look like I'll be able to store it here sensibly. One of my big annoyances about the Tundra was it was screwed on wings, and it was such a faff. So you had to store it pretty much all made up, so it was just really annoying here in the office. Whereas this one, it's got elastic bands on the back. Landing gear looks like it's made of cheese. I don't know what they've done with the fuselage on it. We'll have to see, okay? Because that does look like, to me, it's a plastic fuselage. How good the plastic is, I don't know. That's why I was saying about a few minutes ago, don't buy any of these because we don't know what they're like. But don't panic, I've got them on the way to me, and we'll find out what they're like very, very shortly. So $43, again, if I smash it in the ground and it turns to foam snow, there's going to be no tears shed. Probably quite a bit of laughter, if I'm honest. Anyway, progressing on, is that we've got a Swallow EPP wing. Now, this one did really attract me because just because of the simplicity. I bought a wing last year, and I've forgotten what it was called. When I find it, I'll stick it up on the screen. And it flew fine. Okay, and it had a stabilizer built in, but there was no instructions in it. It was terrible, and I've never actually done a video beyond the unboxing, I think, of it, because it's sat here and I never really fly it, and I really should get it flown and tell you all about it, etc., etc. Anyway, really quite disappointing. This one, on the other hand, I'm actually thinking, if I'm perfectly honest, don't forget the kit round. There we go, get this photo up. What I'm actually thinking is this could be a super lightweight model. Now, it's not going to be quiet because you've got the motor, the propeller's got lots of stuff around it. You may have watched Sir Bruce's video a couple of days ago with the Fun Bat replica, and you've got the propeller inside the wing. It does make it very noisy. Anytime you put anything around a propeller, in front of it, to the side of it, or behind it, it makes it very noisy. So I'm not expecting it to be a quiet model, but what I am expecting it to be is a very good fun model for just chucking it around here. Very, very super light setup. And what I was thinking is that I'll get some E6000 and put some E6000 all the way around here on this leading edge. And that will toughen it up. And it could be just a little simple 2S setup, maybe a little 1000 milliamp 2S setup on the front with an 1806 motor. In fact, I've bought some 1806 motors specifically for this model. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's, what, $19? I don't think we can really go wrong with $19, if I'm honest. This one would be a great model for you, if you're into self-building, to make something similar yourself. I think that would work really, really well. For me, my personal experiences with Depron models is that they tend to be very fragile and they don't recover from unscheduled landings very well. Whereas with EPP, we actually stand a chance is that if we do stuff it, it will survive. And again, because this will be much lighter gram for gram as well, it won't have that much like gravity with it when it hits the ground. So yeah, looking forward to that one. I'm pretty sure that one's going to be a good one. Okay, so actually about the models which you mentioned, that one, what could you go wrong with this? You know, the only thing which I think which they can screw up and which was a slight concern is the motor mount, okay? Is because by the looks of it, that motor mount needs to be glued into the back of the model. And of course, you then need to screw the motor to the motor mount before you do that. So if you burn out or knacker that motor, then you're left in a bit of an awkward position. That said, I'm also definitely thinking is that motor mount definitely does need to have a carbon rod or something for it, because if there's one thing which is going to break, I reckon on this one, out of all of it, will be the motor mount. Although, that said, if we look at... Actually, I retract that statement, because the propeller should be behind the two chunks of foam. Let me show you, there's a photo in here. There. So, no, actually, we should be fine. Just a bit of carbon down the back, we should be absolutely fine with that. And so, really looking forward to that. $19, 15 quid. Absolute bargain. Looking forward to that one. Like I said, really is turning out to be a really good start to 2019. Next one up is I'm a little bit concerned about. Okay, so it's only $44. So if we stuff it in the ground and turn it into snow, we'll all laugh, okay? But on a serious point, I don't recommend you buy this model. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I've taken a look at it and I think it's pretty cool. Okay, it's my personal opinion. And we've had similar sporty models, but hey, let's face it, for $44, it cannot be bad as the Hobby King Bonanza, because that was absolutely terrible. On a brighter note, it does look kind of the part. Again, about a 1 meter wingspan. Was it about a 1 meter wingspan? Oh, 950, so yeah, 30 something inches. It looks kind of cool. I've gone for the kit version because I don't see any point me buying the plug and play kit, because I'll just get disappointed with the parts. Anyway, moving on. Looks like a pretty good kit. Doesn't look like there's anything like a complex build here, is there? You're going to pop the wings in, you're going to put a motor in the front. It's got some Chinese-made landing gear, which will just be a joke, so I probably won't put that on there. Looks really simple to put together. Oh, look! They've included that glue. Right, if you don't know about Chinese glue, it's the really good stuff. You should definitely not sniff it and do it in a well-ventilated area. I have been cross-eyed here before with glue, which it's been included into kits, and that looks like the good stuff. Right, moving on. What was my big negative, and why was I saying about this? Is because look at the reviews of this model already, okay? So this one's already been out for a while, I'm banging. I wouldn't denied about it. And anyway, I kind of bit the bullet. It was 30 odd quid. It's not the end of the world. And like we said, if we stuff it, we're just going to laugh, you know. But the packaging on this is absolutely terrible. If you look at all the comments which are going on, they are all saying, in fact, I need to do the thing here as well, which is thumbs up all the ones which are highlighting the bad packaging. So, Rathbone. Okay, I think that's absolutely, this is the key why you always leave feedback on models, is because sometimes the model can be absolutely brilliant, but the packaging is absolutely terrible on the other hand. So I do have big reservations about this model, whether it's going to come here in one piece or not. And I tell you what, right, if it doesn't turn up in one piece and it's smashed to pieces, we will publicly test Banggood's policy, because I guarantee you I did not tick that shipping insurance option, and we'll make the point that PayPal will cover you if the product does turn up damaged. So yeah, very, very curious. We're leaving that one to the gods who deliver mail and RC models to our doorsteps, whether that one's going to turn up in one piece or not. So there you go, 2019, the beginning, what we on 3rd, 4th of February so far? Absolutely corking start of the year. If I scroll back to the beginning of last year, oh my goodness me, it was a terrible, terrible start to 2018. We hardly any new models. It felt like for months the winter went on. In fact, it was awful here in the UK, all the way through to March, and then spring came in about a week. Kid you not, everything went from just dark and grey to bright and green in the space of a week. And we had no new models. It was just really slow going. And I felt quite disheartened at the beginning of 2018 as far as new models went. However, this year, beginning of 2019, I'm sat here with a Nano Drac. Over on the desk, I've got the Moose. We've got the Ewings Firefly on the way to us very, very shortly. And we've got 4 other models here. We've got the Hercules. We've got the questionable Fun Cub Tundra, whatever Matt makes of it. We've got a really simple wing. I'm just looking for this one just for chucking it around. Very light setup FPV here. I think that'd be really, really cool. Definitely a calm day because there's no gravity in it at all. And then we've got this very questionable model, whether it's going to turn up in one piece. Ooh, I need to let you into a little secret. That secret is that potentially we might be having a rack the nuts off wing being made for us as well. Now, that is obviously a work in progress at the moment, and I don't want to get your hopes up too much, but yeah, do watch this space. We might have a Rag the Nuts Off wing in this year at some point as well. Now, that wasn't the point of the video. The point was this video today was that we got some really cool models on the way, but I am going to give you a hint. This year, we will see a Rag the Nuts Off wing, at least one coming out sometime this year. So I'll keep you updated in the Facebook group about that. Anyway, coming back to the topic, 2019 is going to be a corking year. We have definitely got some birds, and I'm thinking of the Moose over there as well, which I'm genuinely looking forward to as well. And we've got a collection of other models here too. So yeah, 2019, watch this space. And remember, for goodness sake, don't buy a single one of these until we get them here and we'll find out if they're any good or not. Because remember, I've bought all of these out of my own money, and if they turn into foam snow, we're just going to laugh. If they turn out to be a good model, we're also going to have a laugh. So it's kind of a win-win situation. Happy days. So I tell you what, out of the models which you've just been in seen, so what's that, 6, maybe 7 models which we've been in seen, let me know which one you are most looking forward to seeing. Is it the Mini Drac? Is it the Moose? Is it the Hercules? Is it the, what was that one? The Tundra Disaster? You know that's what's going to happen. Is it the Disaster? Is it the Swallow Wing? Is it that one? Or maybe the other one which I gave a hint at a few minutes ago. So there, let me know which one you are most looking forward to. You can do that in the comments section underneath this video on YouTube. And as always, from myself, Matt, big thank you to you for taking the time to watch this episode. And I'll see you again shortly with some new foam. From myself, Matt, cheerios!